What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score. The MLS Playoffs are finally here, and it's time to break down all the matchups kicking off this weekend. We've already had a couple of wildcard games earlier this week, where Chicago and Portland punched their tickets into the postseason. Now, the real action begins. Let's dive straight into the opening matchups, starting with Inter Miami versus Nashville. Inter Miami comes into this matchup looking like one of the top teams in the league right now. They're riding a strong 3-game winning streak and playing some confident, attacking football. Nashville, on the other hand, barely slipped into the playoffs, and they're facing the same team that handed them a 5-2 loss just about a week ago. That doesn't exactly set a great tone heading into this series. Remember, the playoffs are a best-of-3 format this year. No extra time, so if it's tied after 90 minutes, it goes straight to penalties. But in this first game, Inter Miami should be too strong. They're a couple of levels above Nashville in quality, and at the odds available, Inter to win and over 2.5 goals at -102 looks like excellent value. Next up is Philadelphia taking on Chicago, and this one feels pretty straightforward. Chicago fought hard in their wildcard match, beating Orlando 3-1 to earn their spot, but now they're facing one of the best home sides in the entire league. Philadelphia has scored 36 goals in 17 home games. That's more than 2 per game on average, while conceding less than 1 goal per game at home. That's elite balance. Given those numbers, it's hard to see Chicago keeping up. The simple play here: Philadelphia on the money line at -116. Now to the West Coast, where Vancouver faces Dallas in what should be an intriguing matchup. Dallas managed to beat Vancouver in the final round of the regular season, which secured their playoff spot, but this time it's a completely different environment. Vancouver hasn't beaten Dallas at home in a while, but their numbers this year have been outstanding. They've scored 42 goals in 17 home games, an explosive attacking record that's hard to ignore. Dallas has been solid on the road, sure, but Vancouver's offense combined with key players returning from injury gives them a big edge. Expect them to handle business here. The pick: Vancouver to win and over 2.5 goals at -118. Moving on, we've got San Diego facing Portland. Portland just got in through the wildcard round, while San Diego has been one of the hottest teams in the league recently, especially away from home. That road form makes this one tricky to call. Both teams are in rhythm, and it feels like a matchup that could go the distance, possibly all 3 games in the series. For the first leg, though, there doesn't seem to be a big edge either way. A draw after 90 minutes feels like the right call here, and that's sitting at +327. Remember, that's for the draw in regulation time. Penalty shootouts don't factor into this bet. Next up is a classic matchup: Cincinnati versus Columbus. This one's pretty simple from a numbers perspective. Cincinnati at home is always a tough out, and at +132 on the money line, that price is hard to pass up. Columbus has been steady, but Cincinnati has that extra punch at home, especially in big games. They've been a bit inconsistent this season, particularly in attack, but the playoffs tend to bring out their best. At that price, Cincinnati money line is the move. Then there's Minnesota taking on Seattle, and this series could also be one that goes the distance. Looking at the injury list, Seattle is missing several key starters, at least 3 or 4 important players, which definitely hurts their chances early on. Minnesota, meanwhile, has been one of the more reliable home teams in MLS. They've scored 29 goals in 17 home matches while conceding 20, showing they know how to get results in front of their fans. Given the injury situation for Seattle and Minnesota's strong home form, the play here is Minnesota on the money line at +158. If your book offers the option to include the penalty shootout result, you can take that too for a slightly lower price, but the straight money line at plus money is still solid value. And to wrap things up, we've got Charlotte taking on New York City FC. New York City finished the regular season fairly strong but stumbled in their final 2 games, both ending in losses. On the road, they've been leaky defensively, conceding far too many goals, though they've still managed to find the net pretty consistently. Charlotte is similar in that respect. Strong in attack at home but prone to giving up goals. That combination makes one outcome stand out. For this game, both teams to score at -164 is the best play. That's all for this MLS playoff breakdown. The LAFC vs. Austin matchup will come later since it's still a few days away. But for now, it's shaping up to be a thrilling postseason weekend full of goals, drama, and big performances. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more breakdowns right here on Beyond the Box Score.